I'm Major Andy Plewis, and I'm the Director of Service at Seafords College, and a major part of that role is the Contingent Commander of the CCF. So the CCF, or Combined Cadet Force, is a uniformed organisation within schools designed to provide challenging and fun activities for our students. The CCF is funded by the MOD, but its primary aim is not recruiting, it's the MOD's contribution to society. So educating and bringing on our next generation. So the aim of the CCF is to provide a disciplined organisation in the school to develop the powers of leadership of cadets through training to promote their qualities of responsibility, self-reliance, resourcefulness, endurance and perseverance. We've got all three sections, all three armed forces sections. So we have a Royal Navy section, an Army section and an RAF section. Students can choose which section they join, and we're happy for them to begin at any point in school. So one of the key opportunities for our sixth form cadets is that they can get a BTEC fully funded in leadership and personal development in the community. Many of these opportunities are heavily funded by the MOD and are opportunities that they wouldn't otherwise get anywhere else in school. As the cadets progress through their cadet experience, they will get qualifications and that will qualify them to be promoted. The Royal Navy section focuses predominantly on seamanship principles, but they do a lot of adventure training activities as well, and get the opportunity to do a float training. So we've had them sailing on yachts in the Solent, in motor cruisers and doing navigation training, as well as activities like kayaking and paddleboarding. They also do the Damage Repair Instructional Unit, which is a military facility in HMS Excellent in Portsmouth, otherwise known as the Sinking Ship Simulator, where they have to put chocks in the wall and prevent the ship from sinking. And it's a big hydraulically operated container where they slosh about with water and have to prevent them and their colleagues from sinking. That day also often includes working with the firefighting school next door as well. So it's a wonderful opportunity for our naval cadets. We then have the Army section, which is our largest section at Seafords College. Again, they do a fair amount of adventure training, and we regularly get visits to Army establishments to carry out what we call look at life visits, where they get educated on what that unit get up to and the realities of what it would be like if they did join. We also carry out one of our major camps each year is a tactical exercise with blank rounds, patrolling skills, fieldcraft skills, breaking contact drills, all that sort of good fun stuff, which is predominantly aimed at the Army. But if cadets from the other sections have done their weapon handlings test, which is open to all our cadets, they can also take part in that exercise. We then have the RAF section. Their main activity is the air experience flights. They can go to Boscombe Down and fly Grob Tutor aircraft, a little two-seater training aircraft. We've been to RAF Odium and Bryce McNaughton in the recent past, and again one of those look at life visits that we've mentioned. On our main camp of the year, which any cadet of any section and any age can take part in, is our adventure training camp. This varies from location to location. So last year we went to the Brecon Beacons. Our adventure training trip this year will be to Jersey, one of the Channel Islands, which we've been to before a few years ago, and that's a very popular trip. We do activities like surfing, visiting historical sites like the German bunkers. We can abseil off the German bunkers and do some cliff climbing, as well as a whole load of other activities which the cadets thoroughly enjoy. One of our major activities each year is taking on the lead at our Remembrance Service, where we fill the sports hall with parents, students and former students. And the CCF take a major role in that very poignant activity. Another event is our regimental dinner, which we have each year. Again, this is really for the year 11 and sixth form cadets, and gives them an idea of the sort of formal social events that occur in the armed forces, some of the traditions and customs. So one of the key elements that we have is a field day every term, where the field day is specific to the section. So that might be a site visit for the RAF or the Army or Navy for that matter. It might be an adventure training trip, or it might be an activity that we run at the school. As the Director of Service, I also work very closely with the outdoor education team, and some of the elements of that I run are the Welsh 3000s trip, which is predominantly, well, it's solely for our Year 12 students. We take them up to North Wales and get as many of the 15 peaks that are above 3,000 metres completed in 3 days. One of the Saturday activities that we run during the term is scuba diving in our own pool. So my main message is, regardless of any experience you may or may not have had, there is so much to be had out of the CCF. So I would say, at a school like Seaford in particular, the more you put in, the more you get out. You are welcome at any level and in any section of the CCF, and there's some wonderful opportunities that will stand you well in future life.